What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Happier, Healthier Arkansas podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Cameron Daniels. I'm here with my co-host, Dr. Grant Dennis, the one and only Grant Dennis.
There's not many Grants out there, man.
Nope.
I was talking to someone about that the other day. Is Grant a common name?
And if their name is Grant, they're legends.
I don't know about that. I just know there's not many of us.
Right.
I haven't met many Grants.
Right.
But then this person was trying to argue with me the other day that Grant is a common name. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I think it's an uncommon name. Like Cameron, very common name.
Very basic.
About basic. Big dog. You big dog. So the only one Cam. That's why it's Dr. Cam. If you guys haven't been to Guillermo's, you guys should go to Guillermo's. When we walk in, there's actually a Dr. Cam drink at Guillermo's.
Hey, I do want to give a shout out to someone, though. Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee, but also Blackberry Market. I think that's what it's called, Blackberry Market.
Yeah, right next door.
Yeah, right next door. This is my first time going in there. Blackberry Market, if you're watching this,
endorse us.
Incredible. Yeah, endorse us. We're right down. We're literally 2 doors down.
This episode is sponsored by Blackberry.
That's what I have. That's what I have in my cup right here. Is coffee from. It's called the Red Eye. It's not just drip coffee, but also 2 shots of espresso, bugging out. No, not really. We like to take caffeine, nice and slowly. But
speak for yourself.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Grant's adrenals are always on fire.
My adrenals, for those of you who don't know, that's the little gland on top of your kidneys that gets blasted when you drink too much caffeine. So.
Yeah, Blackberry Market. I walked in there. It was my first time going in there, and I was honestly jaw dropping. It was stunning. So it's nice to know now that I have 2 different coffee shops to go to, not just Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee on Ronnie Parham, but also Blackberry Market. You know, when we come shoot this podcast, wow, great stuff.
Maybe we'll have him on a future episode
That'd
talking
be cool.
about the different. Maybe it's like a coffee battle off, or like a blind coffee tasting.
That'd be interesting.
Blackberry versus Guillermo's, but then we may create a riff.
Right.
Speaking of creating riffs, I want to talk about something real quick.
Okay.
Somebody asked me the other day how I feel about seeing those videos that chiropractors post, cracking people with the microphones on their spines.
Okay.
Hey, what's your reaction to that when you see those? And everybody on here knows, if you're listening, you know what we're talking about. You've seen them. TikTok, Snapchat, you've seen them. The girl in the yoga pants with the mic on her spine getting cracked, and they just love to hear that big. You know, what's your response to that when you see those?
So it's time to get my blood pressure up.
Mask off moment.
Mask off.
Early we're now 2 minutes in. Mask off moment.
Okay. I 100% completely dislike those videos. I dislike a couple of things about that. One of the things that I dislike about the whole chiropractic, I call it a chiropractic facade, where it's like people think that this is what chiropractic is, right? First off, when we're seeing stuff like that, we're going on YouTube, we look up chiropractic. I can guarantee you, right? Mask off moment. Go on YouTube right now, even if it means clicking away from this video. Just look up chiropractic. That's all they want you to look up. Just look up chiropractic. Look at the first 5 videos. I can guarantee you one of them is going to be someone in yoga pants and a crop top on a thumbnail because they're trying to generate views versus actually take care of patients. Completely boils my blood. And then I watched this one guy on YouTube. They call him, or what does he call his viewers? Oh, crack addicts. Really? Crack addicts. Because they like the crack. This is people, if people understood, especially what we understand about chiropractic, I'm talking Green Book, and if you're a chiropractor, only you would know what that is. I'm talking Green Book philosophy, chiropractic, the power that made the body heals the body. We have true innate healing to heal ourselves from inside and out, and that we have everything inside of our bodies to be able to take care of anything that's being put onto our body. If people actually understood that concept, and they're seeing the, quite frankly, bastardization that's happening with the rise of this chiropractic facade, people would see that it's simply just entertainers behind a camera taking care of a model or someone like that to generate views versus actually take care of people and get the sick people well. That's my take.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've never seen a cardiothoracic surgeon putting out videos on his quadruple bypass.
And if he did, why would he be doing it?
And if he did do that, he'd probably just want people to see the intricacy of how difficult that is. He would want you to see like how hard it is to actually rip someone's sternum open, go into a very, very delicate organ, to a very delicate vessel, and do that little movement. And if you did, it would probably be educational in nature for other thoracic surgeons to be able to look at. Or, I've never seen a dentist with a YouTube video of a root canal, or I've never seen. So why chiropractors decide to do that? It's strictly kind of go back to what you were talking about, views, right? Just want to get the views, want to get the, and you know what, in some ways, it probably is genius in that you can get some marketing some traction as far as your marketing goes. Right. But then the problem is now you're marketing a message that's not congruent or real, or it's not correct.
Right.
And it's funny because those are the same chiropractors who get mad that all people want to do is come in and get cracked.
Right.
Well, right. What did you think they were going to do when you put out the video that put a lot of emphasis on this cracking of the spine? Then, and then you got these things with the ring dinger, the Y strap. They put the towel under the chin and yank somebody's spine and tear ligaments. And
then we get those phone calls.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what's sad is I would say, I don't know, at least twice a month we get people who come to us injured from other chiropractors.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately.
And that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate thing. And not all chiropractors are bad. Not all the ones here in town are bad. We're not saying that. We're just saying we do have some that receive these types of things, these very high velocity, huge force adjustments that damage ligaments and do harm. But I also want to talk about something else real quick, talking about doing harm.
Okay.
I just saw recently where Arkansas just became the 11th most expensive state for home insurance in the country. So we're almost in the top 10 of most expensive places to live when it comes to insuring your home. Why is that? Because it seems like every other week we have a tornado or a storm come through. And I know you are very sensitive to this, being from Detroit, being from Michigan. What's your take on that?
Very sensitive to it. You know why? You already know why. You already know where I'm going. So I had a couple different routes that I was going to go after chiropractic college. Before I came here to Arkansas, was talking with my great friend, Dr. Grant Dennis, about coming to Little Rock, Arkansas. And one of the things that he told me was, it's a beautiful state. It is. I'm in Arkansas now. Both of my children are born in Arkansas. Beautiful state. Doesn't snow here. Well, first off, I wasn't here yet, but he did tell me this before we all got hit with the snowmageddon. So we got dumped on about 12 inches of snow or however much it was.
Completely out of nature.
Yep. Completely. Yeah, that was out of pocket. But again, I wasn't here yet. One thing that Grant kept from me was that it seems to be, besides the test tornado warning that goes off every single week, there seems to be a real tornado warning that goes off every single week during storm season. And that's frustrating. Because the tornado that came through, unfortunately,
2022?
Yep, that unfortunate tornado that came through ripped through my neighborhood. I saw that tornado. And Grant didn't tell me that. I totally, unbeknownst to me, did not know that Arkansas was part of Tornado Alley.
Well,
so I'm sensitive to that.
Well, I mean, you say Tornado Alley, but if we're 11th, that means there's 10 before us.
Oklahoma.
Shout out Oklahoma and Mississippi.
Thank God for Oklahoma and Mississippi.
Mississippi on everything else because they're 50th and everything else, and Oklahoma for tornadoes. But yeah, I mean, but seriously though, when you talk about the implications of higher home insurance rates in Arkansas and what that means, what that, and they use the term stealth inflation, right? So what insurance companies are saying, hey, we're tired of paying out these roof claims and we're tired of paying out these roofs are expensive. So the premiums have to go up, makes affordability for insurance go down. Not a good trend. And one of the things with Happier Health Arkansas we want to always stress is there's also happier, healthier finances, happier, healthier economic environments and situations. So it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, for sure.
And we probably have a lot of insurance agents. What I would like to do is maybe we'll have one on at some point, talk about, what they're doing to offset that for homeowners in Arkansas. Is there anything you can actually do about it? Because I know there's also talks out there. I have family who are in home improvement type, arenas, and they talk about, that insurance companies are denying a lot of claims as well.
Yeah.
It's probably because profits, and that's a whole nother topic. And on the topic of insurance, we go into health insurance and profits and all that kind of stuff. But that's a maybe segment for another day. But definitely worth mentioning.
No, it is worth mentioning because if we're ranked, you said we're ranked 11th for high.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're ranked 11th, obviously, yes, it means there's 10 before us, but it also means that insurance, I know mine actually went up. Insurance will be going up. And if insurance goes up, what does that mean? Right? If insurance is up and inflation is up, then people are going to have less to be able to focus on their health, right? And things that make them happier and healthier. I mean, that's a huge implication, massive implication. So what are some things that we can offset to kind of do that? what are some things that we can either mentally, financially reframe ourselves and reframe the people that are listening to kind of be able to kind of put the control and the power back to them regarding the situation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I like to try to focus on the things I can control. And, one of the things that I definitely cannot control is my home insurance. Just not going to be able to control it. That's going to create what we talked about on the last episode, which is anxiety. But speaking of anxiety, I've had some anxiety here lately surrounding one particular topic.
Okay.
And that is the top 5 pizza joints in Little Rock. Or we could even go a different city if you want. But I got into this legit, I thought we were going to fight.
Okay.
Because of his take on the top 5 pizza joints. Let's just say in Arkansas.
Okay.
So it can be anywhere in the state. We're going to be polarizing here and piss people off because I'm sure we have some pizza places. They're going to get tagged, right? So it is what it is. But the top 5, because look, we have a lot of good pizza joints in Arkansas. It's Arkansas, right? It's Italian. Pizza's like, come on, dude. It's Arkansas. You guys don't have good pizza. False.
Yep.
We have great pizza spots. I frequent Hot Springs a lot. I like Little Rock as well for pizza. There's Northwest Arkansas. Dr. Cameron Daniels, I'm going to ask you. Top 5, 5-1 on the spot. Mask off moment. No promotions here. No.
Yeah.
Like, what's the?
There's that place that actually just shut down on Highway 10 on Cantrell. I forgot what it was called. But
Damn Good Pies?
Damn Good Pies. Oh my
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
That was 5?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
That was 5?
That was, I would probably say that was like 2 or 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, see, we're already getting heated here.
Well, yeah,
you just put Damn Good Pies at 1 to 2?
Dude.
Okay.
It was legit.
That's right.
It was legit. Damn Good Pies.
In the same breath as Rest in Peace. No longer around.
Right.
Got it.
So I guess not everyone else liked it.
Yeah, clearly.
So here we go.
Clearly.
And this is in no particular order. And I'll give you my number 1 in a second. Damn Good Pies.
Okay, it's 5?
No, I'm just saying no particular order.
Okay.
Damn Good Pies. Calm down. Hungry Howie's.
Oh.
I know that's a tough take.
Oh my God.
I know that's a tough take. Shotgun Dan's. Okay. That place in Hot Springs, what's it called that you and I go to?
Rockies?
Rockies.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Okay. That's like the only one we probably agree on. I'm trying to think of U.S. Pizza.
U.S. Pizza.
U.S. Pizza.
That's your 5.
That's my 5. Number 1. My number 1 best pizza joint in the entire state of Arkansas. Shotgun Dan's.
Shotgun Dan's. Wow.
Shotgun Dan's.
Folks, there you have it from the transplanted Arkansan who just rated Shotgun Dan's the number 1 pizza joint in Arkansas. That is the toughest take. And now you see why I get emotional about this, because my guy that I was talking to the other day said Hideaway Pizza in Bryant. It was the number one. And I was like, okay.
Number 1?
Yeah. Oh, this is number 1. I was
That's
like, okay, that's okay. So, all right, let's get serious here. Number 5, by far and away. It's not even close in the state of Arkansas for pizza. Is in Northwest Arkansas.
Okay.
It's an amazing place. I actually don't even know if it's there anymore, but it used to be. I think they just reopened. It's called Zaza's. Amazing pizza joint. Really good. It's authentic Italian, all right? It's really good. Now, also, when we talk about pizza joints, one of the biggest things in Arkansas we got to talk about also is there's the deep dish Chicago style and thin crust. And I have to throw a caveat here. I do not like deep dish Chicago style crust. I like the thin crust because that's how a pizza's supposed to be eaten, is the pizza, not the crust. So that's why Hungry Howie's is a tough take because, dude, you have all these flavored crusts and all this Cedos and crap on it. And
that's out of pocket.
Whatever. So, but I'm just going to go through this quickly because we have a lot to cover in this episode. But here's what we're doing. So 5, Zaza's. 4, Rockies Corner.
Of course.
3, Squeeze Box in Hot Springs. Most people have never heard about this. Shout out Squeeze Box in Hot Springs. If you've never had Squeeze Box pizza in Hot Springs, you should. Notice I just named 2 right there off the jump in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Okay. So now we're at number 3. Oh, wait. 2. We're at 2. I'm also a fan of U.S. Pizza. I think U.S. Pizza, classic, super good. But number 1, clear far and away, I agree with Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy was on when he said DeLuca's Pizza, Hot Springs, Tony Valinati in Hot Springs, my guy, is the best pizza in Arkansas. DeLuca's Pizza.
Good take.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing, bonus points for you here. If you've never had the burger from DeLuca's, Amazing. Unbelievable burger. The way that's supposed to. And I know this, I'm going to tell you this. I know this. So I was at baseball weekend. Most people, there was this baseball weekend 3 weekends ago now in Hot Springs, Arkansas, because most people don't know that the early major league, in the major leagues, early spring training used to be done in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Back in the days of Babe Ruth and all the classic vintage players, this was actually in Hot Springs. So now they dedicate a weekend in August to what's called baseball weekend. And I was helping out with that. So one of the things I got to help out with was driving some of these guys that they bring in for this from the Waters Hotel in Hot Springs over to the Hot Springs Convention Center. And one of those guys that I got to drive was a guy named Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey is a senator in the state of California who's running in the same district as Adam Schiff. So he's an ex-LA Dodgers baseball player. Him and his son, they're in Hot Springs. He was like, we want to eat some good food. Where do we go? I said, well, there's one place you have to go. I said, if you want pizza, you're going to go to DeLuca's Pizza. So he went to DeLuca's. And guess what he said about DeLuca? And I told him, I said, if you're going to go, you get the pizza and you get the burger. He came walking out and he said, home run, greatest burger I've ever had.
Interesting.
Yeah, greatest burger I've ever had. His words. And he said, also really, really good pizza. Home run, right? So that's how I know validation coming from a different state, And then Dave Portnoy did his pizza. He does a lot of pizza reviews. And he rated it a 9. So you know it's good.
Right.
Hot takes all around here.
I like that.
But I'm a Hot Springs guy, right? Born and raised from Hot Springs. So a lot of those are going to come from Hot Springs. And I spend a lot of time there. Speaking of Hot Springs, there was that deadly boat crash this past weekend in Hot Springs. And I actually knew those folks. And it was a really sad deal. It was a really, really sad. And it just reminds you when things like that happen. It was the first fatality on the lake this year. All the way to September. So, obviously the months of January, February, and March, April are skewed because no one's on the lake. But the fact that nothing had happened all summer long to anybody fatality-wise and on Lake Hamilton is actually really interesting. But the fact that the first ones were people who I knew really reminded me of just how fleeting life is, man. How you just we don't know when our last day is, and we don't know the people around us. I guess the takeaway message, from that is just to shout out those families who are dealing with that. They left behind children, and then the people who were on the other side of the accident that I didn't know. There was a gentleman who died who had 2 children, and it's just a really sad event. But one of the things that I was thinking about that is interesting is the reason the Lake Hamilton is so dangerous, and I was thinking about this, is because there's condos and homes with lighting all over the lake on Hot Springs. So deciphering between boat lights and homes and condo lights is very difficult on Hamilton. Versus like Lake Washita, Lake DeGray, one of the things that I love the most about our great state is how many lakes, rivers, streams, it's the natural state we have to go explore right here in our backyard, national parks. But when you think about like Lake DeGray, Lake Washita, Catherine, even some of these lakes that you got, there's no homes. So Washita and DeGray, there's no homes on them, which means there's no background lighting, which means a boat traveling on that lake and its lights are really bright and you're able to see them really good. But it's really difficult on Hamilton because of the backdrop of lights behind it. And, it's known. Hamilton is known for a little bit more of partying. It's known for younger kids. The other day I saw this boat of this kid. I was like, there's no way that kid's old enough to drive a boat. This kid looks like he was 14 driving a $150,000 Supra. I'm like, bro, let me see your driver's license. That's a whole nother topic. Anyways, it's a dangerous lake.
That's wild.
But then what makes it even more dangerous is the backdrop and the amount of lights and the houses. And it got me thinking, I'm more of a, let's not point out the problem. Let's point out the solutions. Yeah. Let's not talk about the problems. Let's talk about the solutions. And I think that what should be adopted in the state of Arkansas, I'm advocating for this. Who knows? Maybe I'll run for office on this ticket.
Ooh.
There should be universally a no wake zone speed law on lakes in the state of Arkansas after dark. So once it becomes dark, it should be a no wake zone. Like when you go through a no wake zone buoy and you're around docks, there's a no wake zone. It should be a law. It's a no wake zone law after dark on lakes. Because think about this. If a boat is going a no wake speed, it's very difficult for it to hit another boat and kill somebody. It's very difficult because it's going so slow. But if you're going from one end of the lake to the other, wide open at night, you shouldn't be doing that.
Caveat though, it's going to take forever.
But if you have to go that far on the lake at night, you shouldn't be going that far. And if you can't go from, let's just say, Back Porch Grill to my house via water by a minimum of 30 minutes going to no wake zone speed, Uber or drive. Why are it got me thinking, like, it's ludicrous to think about a ski boat going wide open down the middle of the lake on a night like that. And, and it's not their fault per se, as far as like, it's not a law currently. So listen, I've been the first one. I get on my party barge and I've hauled butt down that lake. I've done it. That's why for me, it kind of hit home. I was like, I've done that. But then it got me thinking, how do you fix this problem? It's like, and it's a touchy subject, right? It's kind of like, how do we fix, it's like the gun control law stuff, right? And it's kind of like the TSA pre-check versus the regular check. And the TSA, it's the events of 9/11 changed the way that we screen people in airports forever. And then I just like to think that, an event like that needs to cause people to look at the boat laws. And it got me thinking, that is one area that's a very easy fix, and it can be implemented. There can be a sheriff sit out there, and if you're hauling down the lake going faster than no wake, they can see it.
Done. Yeah.
Pull you over, you get a ticket for that. Like, that's the way you can prevent these deaths on the lake, make Arkansas a happier and healthier place.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I know, just me, it was Labor Day. So, coming into the clinic on Wednesday, you're shaken up by it. Yeah, shaken up by it. And I think for good reason. And I think it's something that we should be able to assess, be able to look at and say, like, okay, when stuff like this happens, because these are lives, right? These are lives that are being impacted. These are families that no longer have a mom or a dad because of this, or the children, if children were impacted as well. And so we have to kind of take a step back. We have to be able to see what is it that we can do. Me personally, when it comes to like boat laws and stuff, I just don't know too much about it, but I actually didn't even realize that there wasn't any laws surrounding that at night. Because what you're saying is if there's lights.
And so if you're somebody who doesn't drive a boat frequently,
right,
it's a holiday weekend, you rented a boat, you don't get on a boat much, and you don't know the laws, that's how bad things happen. That's how bad things happen. Because on Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, these rental boat companies make a killing.
So I could go rent a boat.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
No, and you have to read this little thing, sign it, which makes you now a privy to the laws, and it's their job as a rental boat place to tell you about the law. But at the end of the day, if you've never driven a boat or don't often, I worked at a marina when I was younger.
Right.
It was my first job out of high school. When I was still in high school, I worked at a marina, and our job was to rent the boat out and tell people about the boat. And I can't tell you how many people looked at me and said, "Where's the brake?"
No.
That's the worst thing you can hear from someone about to take a boat out. Where's the brake? Sir, there is no brake. The brake is reverse. Not a good sign. Sir, there's a shallow spot by that buoy. Don't drive over the buoy. And guess what they do? Ride over the buoy and ding the prop 5 minutes after they have the boat because they don't drive boats out. And it's fair because you just don't know what you don't know.
Right.
But that's what's scary about it is on holiday weekends especially, it's dangerous out there, man. And it can be a fun place in the water, but I was taught at an early age, you always respect the water. It's a fun place. It's a fun place to go, but you have to respect it because it's a dangerous place too, And I mean, I can remember when I was in college, a guy who fell off a boat, prop hit his leg, bled out in the middle of the lake. Like I know people now, and 3 or 4 people who have been killed on the lake. And so just a reminder out there to you guys, if you're out there boating, there's still a bit of time left. And that's what's sad too, is we're approaching the end of lake season, right? And so it was just a tragedy that happened there. And, just pray for those families and they left behind a daughter who they adopted, who's, fortunately they have a GoFundMe for and they're raising funds for. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a reminder that the respect the water, respect our lakes, respect our rivers, and enjoy this state that we have, but do it in a way where you can do that.
Yeah. There's nothing more sobering than the thought of death. And when you experience it, where it's like, maybe it's time to reform something or time to take change to something. That's good.
Speaking of death, I hear there's a Buc-ee's coming to Arkansas. I was looking through some articles related to Buc-ee's coming to Benton. Yep. Potentially even Bentonville. They like the Bentons for some reason, so it's Benton and Bentonville. Yep. Buc-ee's, Benton, Bentonville. But there's apparently our first Buc-ee's coming. What's your take on Buc-ee's? Because I have a big take on Buc-ee's. Overrated or underrated?
I want you to go because you're gonna frustrate some people on this camera.
That's fine. That's fine.
You go right ahead.
That's okay. I'm okay to say this. Buc-ee's is massively underrated.
That's
I'm sorry. Overrated.
Overrated. Yeah. Yes.
Buc-ee's is overrated. So look, I lived in Dallas for 4 years when I was in chiropractic school, and there's a Buc-ee's on the way to Dallas. And I fasted all these times. I see all these cars out there, and I'm like, okay, this place must be the bomb diggity. And I walk in there and I check it out, unbiased at this point. You know, I'm going to check out a Buc-ee and see what the hype's all about, right? Overhyped and it's overrated. And I'm going to tell you why. I refuse to wait in line to get gas, first off. They have 50 gas pumps and you wait in line no matter what. Take number one. I'm not waiting in line to get gas. Not doing it. I don't care. That gas is the same gas as the gas station I just passed. It's not like Buc-ee's gas that has like healing properties. And like it's in my car, so my car like instantly never breaks down. It's gas. I'm not going to wait in line for it. Secondly, food tastes the same. There's just more of it, more options. Okay. And then there's these people waiting in these lines for these thermoses that have the Buc-ee's chipmunk on it. It's like $20 for this stupid thing. Good for you, Buc-ee's. Good for you.
Oh, solid business model.
$20 for a $5 thermos that I can put
put our logo on.
Overrated. Hot take of the day, mask off, Buc-ee's is overrated. I'm glad we're getting one in Arkansas because now we can have overrated Buc-ee's in Arkansas. Maybe it'll hype us up a little bit, drive business, get truckers just, I don't know. I don't know what the play is. Good for you, Buc-ee's.
We know what the play is. Dude, look at Bentonville.
Right. Well, it's blowing up.
Oh my goodness.
Benton is too, the Benton-Haskell area.
Yeah.
A lot of growth happening right there.
My take on Buc-ee's, here's the thing. For everyone watching too. Never been to Buc-ee's.
Oh, thought my take was overrated.
Never
been to a Buc-ee's.
Because here's the thing that
we just lost subscribers.
Yeah. we did that unfollow button just got hit.
He's like,
I have people that have been to Buc-ee's and stuff like that.
Not credible.
I'm not gonna.
Well, okay, let me save this. If you had, you'd realize it's overrated.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why, because I was in Houston. You know, my dad lives in Houston. My parents live in Houston, so I was gonna go to Houston. Or when I went to Houston, there was a Buc-ee's in like Katy or something like that. If there's one thing that I refuse to do, it's go out of my way to experience them. So, you know, next time I'm in Bentonville, you know, we just went this past weekend. Next time I'm in Bentonville, you know, if they have that Buc-ee's there, I will go check it out because we're there.
But you're not going to drive out of the way.
I'm not going to drive out the way.
Oh, here's another thing they do that really is irritating to me. I drive by a billboard that says Buc-ee's 179 miles.
Yeah. Only
100.
Only
they 179 mile heads up.
That Buc-ee's is on the way.
I mean, and I guess maybe it's the truckers that they appeal who are like, oh, dude, only 179 more miles to the next Buc-ee's.
But for me,
I'm like, I ain't waiting in line for my gas.
No, I'm not going to.
And that kolache was trash.
I know people who take day trips to go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. For the thermos, the $22 thermos with the Buc-ee's logo. And and then don't forget, they got to get the social media post with Buc-ee's.
Right.
Got to make sure you knew I was at Buc-ee's. Good for you, Buc-ee.
They got it.
I'm going to take a hot take mask off. I bet Kelly likes Buc-ee's. Kelly, you like Buc-ee's, don't you?
Oh,
dude, Kelly's never been to see.
Exactly. That's 2 for 1. That's 2 for 1.
You know it's overrated. The hype of Buc-ee's and 2 people in this room have never even been. That's what I'm saying. It's overrated. But good for you, Buc-ee's. And here's what I want to know, truly. Buc-ee's, how are you able to do that? How are you able to be known world? Like if you walk up to 10 people outside, right, and you're like, you been to a Buc-ee's? They're going to be like, nope, but I know what Buc-ee's is.
And you know why?
Or they're going to say, go to Buc-ee's every time I pass one.
Right.
Got 2 thermoses.
It's because
$44.
It's not only just the best product no longer exists. It's how much or how the best product doesn't exist, right? The best product, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Mask off.
Came to the loss for words.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say.
Doesn't happen often.
What I'm trying to say is this: the product, you can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, then it doesn't exist. But if you could have a mediocre product, and if you're the loudest, people will think it's the best.
What else in Arkansas would be similar or comparable to Buc-ee's? What's like the equal mediocre product, but everyone knows about it? Because we've established Buc-ee's is mediocre product. It is. It's just big. And that also speaks to the volume. It's just a big place, right? Just a big place. So people, when they see it, are like, oh, I got to stop. Look at all the cars. Let me wait 20 minutes for my gas.
Right.
Go get that $10 kolache that I could have got for $2 at Shipley's. Like, it just, I can't do it, man. I don't know. And look, the chipmunk isn't even that, like, it's not even that great of a mascot, really. Like, Alvin the Chipmunk. Buc-ee's.
Marketing.
Got it. It's beautiful. It's genius.
Yeah.
Shout out Buc-ee's.
Honestly,
You got
a
it.
lot to emulate.
You got it. You did great. Good job. You did great there. But the fact that it's taken this long to get one in Arkansas, another thing I was saying, and we can close on this. I saw a map the other day, and maybe this is why it took Buc-ee's so long, because Buc-ee's also known for their like assortment of different things. Yeah. Is Arkansas has the most per state capita dry counties. Our state has more dry counties than any other state in America. Still.
Could be.
Did you know that? I bet our viewers didn't know that. Why is that?
I don't know.
Bible Belt.
Oh, right.
Bible Belt. Back in the day, prohibition was like massively enforced in the state of Arkansas, which is why the bootleggers came here. Which is why Hot Springs was run by gangsters for years. Because the higher and the stronger you were on regulating that, guess what? They were on the table. They were selling it.
Right.
Because they would get their moonshine.
Right.
And then guess what? Then Rockefeller came along. And actually the idea, most people don't know this either, the idea for Vegas actually was started from Hot Springs downtown.
Really?
Back then they had gambling centers and they had underground gambling places. And like the strip there in Hot Springs had a lot of lights glowing. It was like a very lit up place. And it's what gave Bugsy Scruggs and a lot of those gangsters the idea for Vegas when Rockefeller came in Arkansas and made prohibition outlawed and booze was legal. They vamped and went to Vegas. And that's what started the Vegas Strip. Yeah, they all went over there and started doing the same thing in little old Nevada.
Vegas, a lot to say about Vegas too.
What's that? A lot to say about Vegas.
A lot to say about Vegas.
Maybe that's on a future episode. We talk about Vegas. But this is happy, healthy Arkansas.
It's happy, healthy
stay away
Arkansas.
from Vegas.
Close out.
Well, folks, for today, that's going to wrap it up for us. Another great Happier, Healthier Arkansas edition. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.
See ya.